Okay, good day, my loves. Good day, good day, good day. I hope you are well. It is, let me see, 7:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And after I went for a walk, I decided to tell the story, but you're going to have to follow, closely. So, because I am learning to walk between both worlds, the spiritual world and this world, I am also aware that there are a lot of people that are not awakened to who they are or aware of who they are, to my knowledge. Now, the last two revealed themselves to me. They revealed themselves to me just by in their actions and just by historical information that I gathered just by being around them, that I remember. Okay? And so, y'all know I've vented to y'all about me struggling with smoking and eating. The eating's been pretty much under control, you know, but the smoking and the urge, and we all know, and if you don't know, smoking and escaping and all that stuff is attached to a demonic energy because it's considered low vibing, and I know this. And so I was having a conversation. Every time I dug in the ashtray, I asked God, why am I doing this? Like, what's going on, man? Like, this is how it was. And I know at some points I got so frustrated, y'all. I got so frustrated. Because who wants to do that? And then I remember, I kind of brought it on myself because words are very powerful. And the energy that you send out there is going to come back to you. You don't know how it's going to come back or when it's going to come back, but it's going to come back. And remember, I told y'all lessons in my confessions, that when I was younger, remember, I didn't start smoking until I was 30. And Black Magic was already probably 5 years into it by then, right? And so at this time, I had a lot going on. I was stressed out. A homegirl who had been smoking since we was in high school came over, and, she had asked me to smoke before plenty of times. She smoked with my mom. But, I never did, but this time I did. I was scared, nervous, having major surgery on my organs, you know what I mean? And so I smoked. It was one of the best experiences ever, okay? But no one wants to feel like they need something. I know I need air. I don't want to feel like I need air, but I know I need air. When you feel like you need air, that means because you can't breathe and you had that open sensation. Think about it, because we don't think about breathing. It's automatic. You ain't consciously thinking about breathing, right? So that's how it is. And so y'all know I've struggled, and I've shared some of that part of my journey with you guys, right? And I always question, and I know they say not to question God, but how you gonna get the answer if you don't question? I'm not saying, be blasphemous with it, but you have to ask questions, because that's when you know you're thinking for yourself. That's when the answers come. And so I've been asking and asking and asking, and I know how I'm set up, right? I know how my energetic field is set up, so I know I'm protected, but I'm still feeling stuff, right? So this morning I got up. Other day I was praying, and I was talking to God and my ancestors, Most High. And I'm just talking, and I'm like, I know you got a plan, but I don't want to smoke. I remember how I was 2 months, right? And I wasn't smoking. I didn't smoke. I hope this ain't their property. I don't know, but I really want to sit in the sun. But I can stand. I'm okay with standing. Right? So I'm like, I don't want to smoke anymore. I remember how I was for 2 months, and I was perfect, y'all. Everything clicked. Remember, I think I told y'all a story about, and it's the truth though, but I told y'all a story about when I started back smoking after for 2 months. I have been posting and everything. There's 2 months of videos where I wasn't smoking and nothing. And then something happened and I attributed it to my brother and my nephew, but that wasn't where it began. That wasn't where it began. The originator knocked on my door today. The originator knocked on my door today, and I'm gonna tell you why I know and how I know, and how God is just so great. Cause I wouldn't know if it wasn't for them. And when I say them, I mean God and my ancestors. Okay, I have to include my ancestors too. I really do. Because I am their dreams manifested, okay? In this reality, I am. So, I kept asking, and I kept asking. And so, yesterday, I watched a video by this guy named Franco Pearson, and I was in tears, y'all. Prior to that, I had watched a video from Jamal, and it was talking about emotions, how emotions clog you up, and how we was programmed to feel emotions the way we do. And I remember asking everybody, I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know why I mean, besides the dark magic that was, had me all locked up and stuff. But it was just weird because I didn't have that before. Like, I'm very compassionate and everything, but I'm also very logical. But it was like I really didn't have no control over my emotions, right? And so this morning, I was talking to God, and I was like, I got up and I smoked, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I said, I know it's part of a plan. I said, I don't want to do this. But yesterday, the video that I was watching from Mr. French show was talking about. So I watched the video with Rashad Jamal, and then I watched the second video with Franco. My apologies if I mispronounced his name. But, and he was basically, it was kind of like a father figure type talk, but he was talking about his own journey. And it resonated so deep with me, I just let the tears fall. I just let them fall. I let them fall. Like I've been preaching my whole life, just because I knew what it was like as a kid not to be able to express myself and not to be able to cry because I was told to toughen up or, this, that, and the third, whatever. And so I got up this morning, and I know I'm a better person when I'm not smoking. I experienced it. I wrote about it. I enjoyed it to the fullest. And then I went to a dinner. This is where it began. I thought it began with my brother and him. No, 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 no. They helped, but they didn't put it into action. The facilitator of Why I Smoke knocked on my door. Didn't announce his presence to the rest of the patrons of the house. And I didn't know, anything, but I had asked God because I kind of complaining, but not complaining because I know I'm on a journey and everything is a lesson. So throughout this whole thing, I'm not only learning about myself and what I am willing and not willing to do, but I'm also learning to accept my dark side, of course, my shadow side, which is the same thing. But I'm also like paying attention outward. And so I was asking God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to smoke anymore. I had fun. And so Franchot said, he quoted a verse from the Bible, and I can't quote the Bible verse to you right now. Um, but he said, I think it was Peter who spoke, be gone. I'm not sure, don't quote me on it. Be gone. And he said, and instantly it was gone. And so I got up. And even though I did it and didn't want to, I did it. So right now I'm not in alignment, right? Because I'm not in one accord with myself. I want to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway, okay? That's when you know there's conflict. That's when you know that there's devil energy. That's when you know that there's an entity infiltrating your energetic field, okay? And and so and understand, I believe that people are innocent until proven guilty. So I don't know, like I know, but I don't know. Like I knew but didn't know when I was under black magic, if that makes any sense. So I am aware of black magic, but I don't know if everybody else around me is aware of black magic, because that would mean that they believe in the occult. They believe in psychics and mediums, and there are a few other people that are close to me that I remember calling a psychic hotline a long time ago. And so I don't know how far they went with that, but there are some true psychics out there, and I don't know what they were told, but a lot changed, okay? A lot changed. And so today another piece of the puzzle was connected, because after that dinner, I went back to the house, and I want to say it was the next day. I'm going to have to look at my journal, and when I come across that journal and I have journal entry day, then, that'll be that. But I want to say it was the next day. It wasn't too shortly after that day that I smoked, and I didn't eat, even though the same, I'm going to say entity, because some of the avatars are not aware, okay? And I know that that's me just having a little compassion. Now, do I? Like, I laughed when I realized today. But the other side of me was like, okay, here we go. I've never been afraid. I never backed down from any fight. Not once. I don't care if you punch me in the face or not. I never backed down, and I never will. But I kept asking God to make it make sense. Make it make sense. And so when I got up today, and I'm going to walk back because the sun is about to go down. Yeah, it's beautiful. But when I got up today, let me see. When I got up today, I asked God, I said, because after I said, I don't want to do this anymore, I asked God, I said, but I told the demon, whatever demon was attached, and I don't know what demon's attached to it, I really don't. I didn't know, and I said it. I said it because I was irritated. I was irritated with myself and my behavior. And we get like that sometimes, but you have to have compassion for yourself, because you have to understand that you're not operating underneath your own autonomy. Especially if you was raised in the United States, you're not. Your behavior, your thought process, things have been controlled since you were conceived, okay? And so it made sense. And the other day I was talking to God, and a phrase just came to me. And I said, it all started out like an ordinary day, right? That's what I said. And so in my journal, when I was writing, the thought popped into my head again, and all I could do was scream, because when I heard that message, it was like, okay, so I'm looking out for that day, because I'm still a newbie, and God's timing is not my timing. It was just a message. But I'm looking for it for that day. And that day, all day, was an ordinary day. And I completely forgot about that phrase until I went to write in my journal. And mind you, Did I walk first or did I come back or did I write first? I can't remember, but I wrote it down. When so I got up and I'm talking to God, and I go on about my day. And I cooked me a hearty breakfast, and I deliberated with myself about this breakfast because I'm like, it's heavy. I just bought all this food, and I'm about to start cleansing my body, and I'm taking herbs and stuff like that. And I'm like, I bought 2 bags of smoothie things, and I've been wanting to do smoothies, but things have been preventing me to do it. So like, I'm gung ho, y'all. I'm like, so why am I having this craving for this? And I hear just do it, and I'm like, you know. I like to feel light. I like to feel mobile and elastic and not have pain in my body. And when you're going against yourself and when you're not doing the right things, you will have pain in your body because you have demonic entities, you have negative entities attached to you. Okay? And so, no, I didn't get sick in my stomach, thank God. Okay? No, nothing adverse happened like it normally would. But still. But some said just go ahead and do it. I said okay. Now I always keep asking. I kept asking. But today I said, I don't know what demonic energy is attached to me smoking weed, but be gone. And I said a few other choice words too, because I don't have to be PC in my head when I'm talking to a demon. I don't have to be. So I can be my 7-year-old self. And my 7-year-old self cuss like a sailor. I'm talking cuss like a sailor will cuss you out like she was an old drunken man that just stumbled out the bar. I would. Oh, I would. I was cussing before when I first started walking. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't know why. But my mama tell this story all the time about when this lady was messing with me with my pacifier, giving it to me or teasing me with it, not giving it to me. And I turned around. I think my mama told me to go somewhere or whatever. And I turned around and called that lady a bitch. Probably straight out my little young mouth. And my mama went to whoop me, but the lady told her don't whoop a Danielle, don't whoop a Mildred, because I was just messing with her. But I knew who her spirit was, and I knew she was acting like a bitch. And that's what I said. But in my head, I had a few choice words for that demon. And I said, show yourself. Stop being a punk. Show yourself. Y'all, when I tell you, my wish was granted today. But it still didn't dawn on me, right? It still didn't dawn on me. So, I'm chilling, I'm sitting, and I smoke. Okay? I did. And there was a reason for that. It was definitely a reason. And even today, I was like, I'm not smoking, but I said that every day. But today was different because there's now a face attached. And I know the energy. Now I know the energy. I feel the energy. I felt it. But when I went in there and I wrote a little bit, and then I went for my walk, I literally stopped in my tracks because I remembered I asked that question this morning. I forgot about that. I remember I asked that question this morning because as I'm walking, a flood of thoughts. I was already feeling it, which is why I went for a walk. I had to get out in nature so I can ask God to take that energy that does not belong to me away. And, I don't want to ask that and be in the house, release it in the house. No, 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 no. Let me come outside and let me release it. Okay? And it's no judgment, but now there's a face to it. And that's what I asked for. And I seen the face. Not the one presented to me. Not the one presented to me. But the other one. And then there was something key that was said or that was asked. And each time I thought it was somebody else, and I go back and I went back today, like, no one has ever said that to me. I was the one saying this and this and this and this. But this person asked me a direct question, staring me in my eyes. And then a picture of us came to mind. And it was like, whoa, okay. And then another part of the big picture came into focus. And I said, okay, God, thank you. And I laughed. I laughed. I laughed. It was a hearty laugh. I laughed. It was an aha laugh. I laughed. Wasn't scared at all. You know why I wasn't scared? Because I had to call the demon out. I have been nothing but direct and upfront with people in my life. And if you present yourself to me a different way in my face, but God shows me something different, and then you confirm it in this, it's like, okay, okay, thank you. I appreciate you. I definitely do. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that even though I was uncomfortable, even though I didn't like it, but remember, I put that energy out there, so I had to suffer the consequences, whatever that may have meant for my life. When I called my family and told them that they were crackheads and stuff like that, I put that energy out there. You don't think I had to go through what I put out there for them to feel? What if they weren't even feeling that? But I just spoke that over their life. I did, and I said it numerous times because that's what their behavior. And it wasn't so much as anything that I'm doing. It was the fact that they were emotionally just traumatized. And so when they didn't have it, their disposition changed. They became angry, but they didn't become angry. That's who they were. I know that now, okay? But I gave them that energy, and I had to suffer what that meant to me in my life. And that meant to me in my life, going through the ashtrays. That's what it meant. No matter how demeaning and no matter how I felt ashamed, I was drawn to do that. And I felt the energy doing it. Sometimes I resisted, but right after that, 2 months after I was sober, it was like so difficult to resist. It really was. I literally would wake up out of my sleep, y'all. I really would, and go straight to the garage. That was so crazy to me. It was like, why am I doing this? I asked myself, like, why am I doing this? What is this? Who is this? That's when you know you're under a spell. When you're asking yourself why you're doing something and you're still doing it, that's a sign of a spell, my love. That's a sign of someone stealing your energy. But I still don't know how this person did it. And, in time, I'm sure, I've asked that question. Well, I didn't know, but I've asked that question along the lines before. So I'm about to go in. It's a little nippy outside. The sun done went down. But yeah, that's what happened today. I asked a question and God answered it quick and fast and in a hurry. And it's so crazy when you're walking in the spirit world and you see, and it's like, is it a little disappointing? It is, but at this point, I can no longer be disappointed. If I was me 5 years ago, if I was me 10 years ago, I would have been thoroughly disappointed. But now it's like, okay, because I recognize I battle not against flesh and blood. Okay? I battle not against what I see standing in front of me. But the way we counteract dark forces is doing our best. And sometimes your best may not feel like it's good enough. It may not. But sometimes it's time that we do our best and to be who we were before trauma set into our lives and in our bodies, okay? And in our hearts. And the struggle's not going to be pretty. And I've tried my best to not glorify it and give you a true depiction of what I'm struggling with, but also keep there are certain things that are just sacred between God and myself. You confess your sins to God. You don't have to confess your sins to people. It's good to give your testimony. That's a different story, okay? And so this is kind of like my vlog testimony type thing. I would have preferred not to. I would have preferred to have been able to start my channel and been like, oh my God, y'all would never guess what I've been through. And let me tell y'all, but y'all get to see it. Y'all get to witness it. And so a piece of the puzzle was done today. And so now that I have that piece of the puzzle, I'm absolutely 1,000% sure that what I desire will come to pass. But I had to learn about myself, and I had to receive the karma for the energy I put out there for wishing that on my family. That was just my perception of them. What if they didn't feel that way? But I just put that in their spirit, and what if they just start thinking it all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? So I had to make amends for that. I have already apologized for the things, and I still apologize when something comes into my awareness. I do. I really do. Like the fact that I don't whoop the children no more. I do. I brought that into my awareness and apologized to them because back then I didn't know better. But I do now, so I do better. And I let them know that as well. So I'm not perfect, not at all. So yeah, I'm like so grateful. I don't know no other words to say. Like, I really don't. I am grateful. In this moment, I am grateful. This exact moment, in this present time, I am grateful. I am grateful. Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.